Alright, welcome everyone to today's live stream, Subnautica Below Zero. We are, of course, back. Technically, I mean, whether you're under quarantine or not in the world, we're under quarantine in this world. And I decided, we're back at the third base, the vent garden base, the main base, where I've got most of the storage really well organized, and I've got a lot of supplies and production going. And looking at the scanner room, we've got that weirdness from the map being unfinished. We got these blocky areas up there. And I kind of feel like I want to do something with that. I just almost, even though it's not going to make much of a point to do it, I kind of just want to go build up there. But right now, I need some supplies. So we're going to be starting with some titanium, since I did see new titanium outcroppings spawned in this area, and I think I'm just gonna probably just take the prawn suit itself. That way, dealing with anything else sea truck wise, that is if it actually picks up any titanium. There we go, we got some. That might be an old one, but we'll see. So how is everyone doing today? I am doing alright. Timmy's doing alright. We're making it. No symptoms or anything yet. And yes, that was an old one. That's one that I think there's a piece of that outcropping stuck in the wall. Same with this one. I believe these are ones that, because of the terrain, I can't target the entire outcropping and break it. So there's still technically something there, but I can't get to it. So, let me see while I'm moving a little bit. Hello, everyone. We got a lot of people chatting already. So, MrSpicyGaming, Cars and Games, Aljaz, Batman, Think Tropics, Peter, Sebastian, William Funk, Eli, Jacopo, CC. Glad to see you all here, and I'm hearing some damage now. That's what happens when I'm not paying attention. I go in the wrong spot. I know I had, like, some new outcroppings over here I had not gotten to. That's what I want to find. Because, again, I still need lots of titanium. This does not feel like it's geared to accommodate large builds anymore. Just so strained to find sufficient resources for certain things. Now, I want to say there was one outcropping over here of titanium, if I can remember right. Or I may have already got that one. So, let's see. What tier on Satisfactory did I stop at? I don't even remember. It was, I stopped right after the trains update. Well, I started messing with that and just, I was like, alright, this could be interesting once you have all these other places set up properly, but, I just found it easier because of the distance and not having to build that far to use trucks to haul stuff, so I really didn't. That's the point where I was like, now it's just getting unnecessarily complicated, especially when I can just, send a truck over here and it brings back more supplies than I really need. The trains are good if you're, once you get to a big scale of production, and I was just like, I don't feel like getting to that big scale because I'm finding this just too much like it's a job. It's work, not a game. And that's the point when I stopped. Alright, we'll try this. I know there's more titanium outcroppings. I remember seeing them. There we go. Titanium, the stuff I cannot find enough of now. So we'll just grab a bunch of this, as much as I can. Now I guess we're either going to build on the weird square blocky area, or we'll build on the rocket island. I kind of want to try and find a good spot, assuming that they're not going to overhaul the design of the island, that it's going to stay pretty much the same. I want to find a good building spot for my own base that's not going to be inhibited by the existing outpost that's there. Maybe we will get some method by which we can incorporate existing structures into our own, like take control of them kind of thing, you know, provide them power so it becomes ours, and it saves some resources of having to build, or you could just strip it apart for resources to build your own design. Hey Argonaut, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while, and greetings to you in Rome, Italy. How things for you? I am definitely, as far as I'm aware, resisting. I'm not showing any symptoms yet, which is good. But I am, because of my job in IT, considered essential, so I still have work like normal. I'm just trying to avoid going to, you know, client offices as much as possible, doing everything remotely if that I can do, so I don't have to go out. Because we do have medical offices, law enforcement that we support, so obviously people there are going to potentially be in contact with a lot of people and therefore likely to get exposed to COVID. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid unnecessary trips as much as I can. That a different one, or is it still it's still just showing the same ones? Oh, we got some quartz. We'll grab quartz too. Definitely will need quartz. We're gonna build on the rock island. We're gonna use glass, so yeah. Yeah, coal power, I mean, I had one spot with coal where I was producing coal that was only for my power production, and I did at the end build a, you know, completely vertical power structure for my coal power so I could continuously build higher, and it wasn't going to be a problem, just keep building taller and taller. But, you know, at some point it started to actually strain my coal reserve, or my coal production site, because I was just using up too much. And they added, I'm pretty sure, like some nuclear option for it. I never got around to actually finding anything for that. But I had like 2 spots for coal. One was just to provide the power plants, and then another spot was for stuff I actually needed coal to produce. You know, in materials, plastics and such. Or, you know, the oil. Yeah, I never did use oil for any kind of power in any way. It was always focused more around just production. But, I mean, I remember my coal spot was not really that far away, so I just had a truck that was going back and forth dumping, you know, the supplies from a very high production. I think I had 3 coal extractors in that one spot because I had 3 different locations for it. I had another location that had its own coal production that I did conveyors because it was somewhat close enough. And yeah, when you start building, I mean, conveyors in that game, you're building it from one spot to another. It's not much different than building a train track in a way. You're going to use a lot of resources just trying to build that out. So I would say until you have a huge amount of production, stick with the trucks, because they, as long as they have fuel, they can drive for a while, and all you gotta do is a conveyor system that will keep pumping fuel into the truck depots so that they refuel automatically when they get there. I never had a problem once I set that up. Well, thank you, Spitfire. Glad that I helped you. Hey, Eli again. Hello, Smooth Wolf. So far, there's no sea treaders in Below Zero, which is kind of surprising. I would have thought that would be something they would have, since the sea treaders are migratory species. You know, that's the idea, is they migrate they just keep walking and eating as they go. So I would think they would have sea treaders somewhere in this area that they potentially wander through at a certain time, and that would be a cool thing that they could incorporate into this game and then adjust in the original game, even though I'm sure some people will be like, no, we want sea treaders here constantly. Make it where they are like, it's almost a seasonal thing, like they walk through and then you've got a certain delay before they spawn in again. And so you don't have a constant availability of sea treaders. That it's just for a certain period of time. That would make it, you know, a little bit more realistic to the migration aspect that they're supposed to do. And then you could just do the same thing in here. Have sea treaders, but have it where they only appear on a certain rotating schedule. You know, it's like, okay, they just came through, there goes the last one, they go off into an area where they despawn, and then you've got like 20-30 minutes of game time before they show back up, kind of thing. Frosty Creepster, thank you for the subscribe if you're with us. And oh yeah, stuck the landing. I thought I was gonna fall and maybe go a little too deep there. Boom. Alright, we'll do a quick repair. And now is, let's see, supplies. I've got to make sure I've got everything I'm going to need, because I don't want to be coming back again and again and again for this. I want to make sure I am ready to go when we go to build a base. And for now, I'm going to turn that off. If I empty pretty much everything from the prawn suit except for what I'm going to need for building, or not even that, use the prawn suit as my transport again for supplies. Let's put this here. That was a perfect count. And actually have a little bit of titanium again. So I know I want to do at least a couple of big rooms, because obviously you get more room in a big room than you get from a multi-purpose room. But I think after doing this, just because of resource availability and lack of decorative materials, I don't want to build more than 2 levels. I mean, one for general use power, a second one for, you know, other stuff, you know, we'll need some storage maybe. But I don't think I'm going to need a huge amount of working space, just because we really don't have a lot of, I mean, decorations in the game right now. You know, it's kind of like the original game. You didn't have a huge amount of decorations, but we did have a decent amount. I can't find any glass jars or anything like that I can use for decoration. So I'm kind of, you know, even more limited right now on what I can use to decorate. So we just won't worry about trying to do as much in the way of decorations on a new base. We'll just build to get something there and make use of the space. And of course, do some more building on land type testing. I want to see what other problems we run into. Alright, so that was all my resources out of there. We're going to need, for 2 large rooms, that's 20 titanium, and then 8 lithium. Lithium might be the problem. Yes, lithium is the problem. I might have some at one of the other bases if I need to go there. Let's see if I have anything that shows up on the scanner. Yes. I got one there. One. We've got one showing up. there's... Yeah, I was about to say, there should be more showing up now that I'm in the area. There we go, and oh yes. Now we're getting, well, keep hoping it's literally like right there. No, it's further down still. I think these would have shown up pretty quickly, actually, considering they're just straight down below where the base is. And the lithium piece, I don't think I would have ever found on my own. We got more. So, no ghost leviathans in the play area. Yeah, we don't have any ghost leviathans. We don't have anything like that right now. I mean, they've really focused more on new creatures, which is good, you know. But you know, we also have variations of existing creatures like the Arctic Peeper, which, you know, may or may not still be in the game once it goes full release. We may see it being replaced by something different just because they might be like, hey, you know what? That was just to get something going at the beginning. Now we don't really need it as much. Let's replace it. I only need 8, but I think I'm going to take the opportunity to grab as much as I can right now. Oh, come on. I was like right on top of it clicking. There are still problems where stuff will either not... will be in the terrain or not actually spawned where it's marking it. There we go, got that one. And I am about to need to... Okay, I say that one's bugged because it's just floating in the air is what it's acting like. Time to go up. I'm hoping I have enough time. I might be better off going back this way. It's the same distance. Oh man, I'm gonna die already.
30 seconds.
This is where my character should do like breathe and hold. Breathe and then hold, you know, like draw it out a little bit more.
Oxygen.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't feel like 30 seconds. Go. Ah! Don't bug. There we go. And then it bugs. Wow, it is really bugged. It dropped me inside the structure. Oh, okay, that's the worrisome one right there. It put me inside the ladder. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. Uncle Ed, thanks for the subscribe. Have I reached out in the dead zone yet? Yeah, if you mean like the dead zone, the empty space in this one, I have been through the empty space in this game, and I mean, I've gone and dove down as far as I could go with the sea truck and then swam down further, and nothing ever spawned. It just kept going. It's very much like the void in the original Subnautica, but we just don't have anything really out there. I don't even remember seeing any fish spawning out there. It's just like nothing was set to spawn. that. So 4 of these for 2 large rooms. I'll need a hatch and of course a ladder, because what's the point of having the 2 rooms if I can't get between them? And then we'll need, of course, stuff for solar, because we're going to be in open air above water level, so we might as well use solar again as much as we can. Not worry about anything else in terms of power. I've got more than enough power here, and that's with the solar farm floating up top. Okay, so that's enough for 2 large rooms. We'll need 2 more for that. We'll need 4, 5, or that. Now let's just say we start with 3. So yeah, I'm gonna need at least 10 more. 7 quartz and 3 copper ore. Let's see. Oh wait, that was 7, right? Yeah. And then we need some copper. Alright, so that gets me at least hatch, the rooms, a ladder, and some solar panels, which of course I will need some way to put the solar panels up higher. So we're going to need some extra quartz because of hatches, and extra titanium because of connection tubes to get out onto the roof, like I've done in the other bases. I think that's charged enough. I would like to see something with the hands or the arms that dock it. Some automated repair system for that. I mean, how far-fetched is that to have that automatically repair while it's also in to be charged? You know, it seems like that would be perfectly legit thing to do. Just automatically repair while it's docked there. Also want to see a bigger dock. Oh, and I still has stuff in here that I didn't unload. Alright, that's cool. We got plenty of copper. Actually more than enough copper. I think I was going to take that to one of the other bases and forgot.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Boosters on Sea Glide? Yeah, that's something I said before. We should have something like a booster. Like, not so much a booster, but we should have like an overdrive mode. You know, like an emergency, oh crap, I need to move. We have a booster thing for the sea truck. You know, it drains more power. It only lasts for so long. You have to wait for it to recharge. But give us the option. Something similar like an overdrive, maybe an overheat thing on the Sea Glide. It drains power faster, but it also heats up the Sea Glide and gives it a chance for it to like overload if you don't, you know, watch the temperature. And I'll just do one of these. I don't have to wait. Alright, we're gonna need some food to take with us, and I've already got seeds. So I'm thinking a couple leafy fruits would be good. That way, you know, we'll have 2 different types of fruit for consumption on this new base. Let's see. All right, so yep, drop that out. There we go. That there. All right, we're not that far away from the building spot. I'm just gonna do on the floating island. Or the, not floating out, the rocket island. Just because I'm sure it's still going to be part of the game in some aspect. Especially if we already got the big thing for the force field to prevent the rocket from being launched upwards. No matter what they change on the story, I still think they're going to have some kind of rocket launch platform on that island just to be integrated with the story. So we'll build from there and see what we can do for later on in the game once we have the new story. Power glide, I mean, if not so much like the fins, I just want something that's like you're going along, you got the sea glide, here comes a Leviathan right behind you, you've got that, oh crap, let me get out of here. It's the same kind of thing that if you got a Leviathan coming after you, you don't want to have to do this and then disconnect the modules and then click to pilot again. There should be a hotkey for the disconnect, and there should even be, like, I would say, an animation where your character takes the left hand off of the throttle, reaches over and pulls the disconnect lever right then, and then goes back to that. And that, I mean, it'll still add some time to it, but there should be like that, oh crap, get me out of here type emergency thing for the disconnect. You should have a hotkey for that. It shouldn't be, you know, get out of the seat, pull the lever, then get back in the seat. Now let me just make sure this is the right spot to try and go up. Yes, more titanium. Yeah, this is where I would like to, if I was to build a really big base here, this is where I would probably build the first part. Because you got that spot that leads up to the stairs. And then we just got this here too. And you got little pets to hang around out here. I just don't want to waste any resources trying to build a shortcut up there for just a test base. I guess we'll go up the other side. I can't remember if there actually is a spot on this one that lets you get up there. And I forgot to grab my prawn suit. I was going to use that to help carry more supplies with me. I forgot to grab it. Use sea glide, get out of a flooded moon pool. I've done that. I've done the sea glide, or used to do the sea glide, where I would just jump out of the water, not even have to worry about climbing. But the sea glide jumping doesn't work so well anymore. I think he was actually on land, because he was not to my left, and he knocked me from the left. See, is that's the little, yeah, the little extra split off piece of land. Ah, leave my stuff alone. Well, I could build up there. I'll probably do that later on, but for now, again, because of resource availability, I think I'm going to stick with just building at the very top. I know I want to do that after full release and we start modding. I definitely want to try to build a big connect everything base now. I know that despite the amount of work that will go into that, I know I want to do that once I have mods for it. Let me make sure. I think that's the right count of stuff I needed. Oh, leave my stuff alone. And what? Yeah, he was trying to go on land. He tried to go up on land. Something going on with them. And that could be an interesting thing they need to add. I mean, if it's kind of crocodilian, so maybe make them be able to climb up on land and chase you. I mean, that could be an interesting little touch. And yeah, I just used up the last bit of space I had. Let's just drop a few pieces real quick. I can eat and not get a lot of water. Okay, wait a second. Where'd it go? Ah! Runaway titanium. Okay, I dropped 4 pieces. Where's my other 4? Sure, did it? Don't tell me it like rolled all the way out here already. Or definitely don't tell me it glitched into the ground. Yeah, I'm missing 2 pieces of titanium right now. Really? I have lost titanium. I don't think it would go this way, but you never know. It might actually rolled uphill somehow. Yeah, I have lost 2 pieces of titanium. So I guess I'm just going to go straight up now and try to build and hope I'm not like 1 piece short. I think they just glitched into the ground is what happened. And there's some fruit. Should just waited and got it from here. And I forgot to switch my helmet too, so that's not helpful. Alright, where can I build that I can actually get to on foot, not using any kind of like a cheat type thing to place myself up higher? That gives me a good position. I mean, I guess building up there, or up there would be the better ones as far as being able to get up higher. But I'm not planning to build that super tall base right now. I just want to see where I know I can build. What kind of placement options do I get? No, we can't go up. Ah! So maybe building up around here could be the good option. Oh, yeah! Triple jump! That's the way to do it. I jumped off of that, jumped onto this. Oh! Come on, I can make it. I believe in myself. All that swimming should have worked out my legs really well. Maybe if I jump this way. There we go. Yes! Yes! Haha! It's not the easiest place to get to. But I made it. Oh yeah. So I absolutely can build up here. Like on the very tip top area. Let's do that. I might have to make like a very special trip to get it to let me, you know, like build something to get back up here more easily. And I can't even, it's not even letting me place it up there. Now I can't see. Doesn't even give me the option to place. I really would like to see placement stuff improved as well, because that's not working so well. Like, I can't place against the platform here. It's not letting me place there. If I go back far enough, I just drop. So that's not a building option. So, yeah. I think I'm actually getting too cold now. It's frosting. Let's go into the base and warm up. Another good spot. Again, let us use the base. The habitat builder I don't need. Use the base. Take over. I mean, it's got power. Why can't I go in here and be like, oh, hey, I'm going to borrow this storage? You know, why can't I not use that? You would think that would be an option. Well, I'll just take the water. Nutrient block, yeah. Can't use the coffee. I mean, it doesn't even have to, like, unlock anything. Just give you the option to dismantle stuff. Or take over the base and use it. I don't know why the, jukebox has to be knocked over. Cars and games. When you should live stream, find out what's going to work for your schedule first, and then test a couple different things. See what works best for you and what you can do to adjust maybe around what viewers you're getting. Seb, unless they've added in the new experimental, they don't have the temperature gauge anymore in the game for normal, on foot type gameplay. It's only in like the vehicles that you're going to see that, or at least that's the way it's been so far in the game. And if it's in experimental, it's got to be a new thing added to experimental, because otherwise it would have been added with the last stable branch update, is what I would expect. Why not just build across? I know I saw it give me a green spot for building, but now it's not going to. Okay, maybe I just build across like this. So I can build in the air over that area. Can't build there. You got plants in the way. But I can build up in the air above that. Nothing there to support, but I can't build above this. Oh, wait. There we go. Let's see what this gives me. I think it's treating it off of that spot right there. Oh, nope. Oh, I hear my foot hit it, and then I miss. Is there even a way I could get up there from this spot? I feel like I just need to wait for daytime now. Or, can I go up this way? Yeah, we got a little walking path here. But it's the other side. It just brought me to the same spot, just the other side of it. Ooh. This is a fair spot, maybe. I saw it hit green. Let's just try that. Oh, no. And somehow I can build underneath too. Might be good to do the underneath side because it's a little bit lower. I might can get to it. And that's actually a pretty decent little viewpoint. If I can get this to let me up there. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those. I need some kind of method to get up here. I'm starting to hear a little bit like a heartbeat thing happening. Let's see, I did this before, right? Yeah, there we go. Yep, heartbeat.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen
Alright, so that's
production
going
offline.
away. Or, I'm not, like, heartbeat constant. Let's do this. And we're going to do the same thing I've done elsewhere. I think I'm going to actually maybe leave off the glass dome on this one. I mean, don't really get that much at night with it, especially with whiteouts. So, okay, I've been able to jump that before without having to do like another hatch higher. Wonder if I can make this work. Do it this way. Connector. That. Which, if I can jump in that way, this will work. Yes, haha! See, I've got super legs. I can make that jump, but I can't, like, jump up the rocks. Is the problem. And of course, now I'm out of titanium. Used up everything just trying to get that stuff going. Ow. Now, this is where extra storage on the prawn suit would have helped, but also just be able to do a quick jump down and not worry about fall damage. Also, where is it? Is this? No, that's not the same spot, but that's similar to that spot above the place with all the penguins. Alright, time to, you know, I didn't even have to bring leafy fruit. I didn't even think about that. I could have just waited and got it from here. I only saved a little bit of storage space, but still, I could have just got it from here on the island. I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought I was going to clip, like, the land right there and get hurt. And of course, that was all of my titanium that I brought. And I brought extra thinking I had enough, but obviously not. Got the base there, but I don't think I had that much titanium left. I'm gonna end up with a bunch of silver and stuff that I really don't need right now, but maybe I'll get some titanium. Probably, you know. Come here. Oh, that was the other one I already got. And now we're in the thermal vent area. Oh yeah. I don't think I'll need it, but magnetite while it's available. As always, when I need titanium, I get better results on the other materials. And when I need the other stuff, I get better results of titanium. How much is that? 5. One more titanium. All I need. That'll give me at least, yep, there we go, 3 solar panels. That should be enough for right now, I would think. Hey, you already see my base. That's definitely a good spot for it to stand out and be visible. Of course, once I get this part done, I'm still gonna have to build some easier way to get into it. I'm gonna have to build something that's like a hatch drop down to the ground below that, like the little path heading towards the rocket platform. Probably be the best spot. Or somewhere over there, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe something like basically building off of this spot down to here. I build out and then build here. Let's see if I can do it this way. Let me just... Come on, let me use some arm strength, climb on the leg. I think the leg's the problem now. I can't get up that way. I would love to see a climbing element added since we have so much more stuff going on in terms of being on land in this game than in the original. Why don't we have an option for like climbing up a small cliff edge? You know, use our arm strength, our hands, and basically grab the ledge and pull ourselves up. Let's see, about... I think that's about middle. And it actually connects to the surface here, as opposed to with the glass dome. What happens is you end up with a disconnect where they're like kind of floating, because I guess the way that that's done. I'll have to redo this later if I want to add some more. Oh yeah, of course, I've got to take out the ladder too.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Well. Okay. I was aiming at it. Alright, that's enough. That. Take that. We'll add back. Oh yeah, of course I can't do the hatch because I don't have enough quartz. I am going to take some injury on this. Let's see. Maybe I could like slide down the leg. Yeah, I did it. I still got hurt, but I was able to slide down the leg. So at least the fact that you can bump into them helped in this case. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get more titanium. There's, once again, not enough that I brought with me. Or that I gathered up. Alright, let's see. So even there is giving me like a little weird steppy thing. Oh, oh. Oh, no. Come on, oh, no. Let me back up. There we go. I was going to have to do a jump down the cliffside to get back around. Okay. There we got it. Alright, and this. This. And there. Definitely not ideal. Yeah, that's the next thing we gotta do. We gotta get this easier to get into. And I've built that spot. It was the next spot over I was looking at as the point I want to build downwards. Yeah, okay, so if I do it from that spot, what? No, not this spot. Obviously not this one, it needs to be the level below this. It needs to be down one. There we go. I was about to add extra building height to it unnecessarily. See, where is that? That's right there. If I can get... And this is where, like, some kind of building drone, camera drone thing would be awesome to have. I mean, just seriously awesome. Say, okay. Oh, that's a problem. Now I actually want the terraformer gun back. Maybe if I do it this way, like... Instead, I build it where I come up on this spot. Well, that's still too far out. I'll do it like that and then build another one on the front. Yeah, collides. Build another one like that. There, okay. Goes there. But is that any easier to get to? Alright, let's just go get supplies. I feel like I need to go ahead and grab more stuff. Maybe get the prawn suit, see if it might help maneuver a little bit up here. That's definitely the thing. You know, building on land is not very good in the game as it is, and with so much more focus on it this time that you're going to be on land, I really hope they step up and fix the land-based stuff so it's easier to build and line things up right. It just works so much better in the water. And I may just go ahead and eat some of that fruit that I brought. Alright, so I need more titanium. Let's go ahead and dump stuff like that in that I'm not going to need so readily. And oh, we had copper here, right? I'll just take that there. Right, we'll go get. Let's see. There's that base. That's pretty close. I'll go back there. It's a bit further, but I can get the prawn suit. So I think we're gonna go to the vent garden base so I can get my prawn suit. And I still have some titanium there. I know that. Not a lot, but I do have some. And boom. There you go. So. The floating, you mean the lily pads? I've done one in the lily pads before. A lot earlier in the development, and it was just so I had another spot to stop and recharge. I really haven't seen anything there that makes me just say, ooh, I want to build in that spot. Like, that looks fantastic. Just nothing there that screams to me like this is would be a really great looking base location. So I've kind of avoided building there. They removed, yeah, not just textures of old things, they've removed old stuff. You can't spawn the sea moth anymore in the game. You used to be able to do that. You can't do that now in this game. You can't use sub sea moth or sub cyclops. It won't spawn anything like that, which just really points out they don't want you to have the sea moth or the aurora or, you know, cyclops in this game. They want you to use the sea truck. So definitely I will be giving this a try once it goes full release, or you know, it's once we're down to that point where they're saying the next update is going to be full release again, and we're doing like the bug fixes and everything, trying to improve it. Once they get to the point where it's mostly the bug fixes left,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
depending on how the sea truck functions, then is whether or not I'm going to just play the game with mods permanently. Because if the sea truck is still bad, I'm going to be using mods to fix it. There's just too much stuff that doesn't work right with it. It's just not done in a logical way. Definitely want to see a storage mod to tweak the storage space of the sea moth, because that is, or sea truck, because that's definitely something that's not done in a realistic manner. So, yeah, wrong target. Alright, I guess we're taking all but one. I'll leave one. I'm going to take some more quartz, just in case. Yeah, we're going to have to go get supplies elsewhere. See, how am I doing charge-wise? Almost. Diggsy, no, this is early access. Below Zero has been out in early access for a while where you can get it, but it's not full release. It's still in development. Why is it always dark in your game? Check out, well, of course, your gamma settings. The other thing you check out is make sure if you're using graphics, you know, what preset you're using for the color grading. I'm using Filmic. Let's see, that's off. So that's the normal texture. You can see how much neutral will make it brighter. I use the Filmic because it's got that very vibrant look to it. Can't place a shower with a glass dome. Well, I don't think you'd want to do that. It's kind of why I never put my living quarters up on the top level with a glass dome, because I don't want Marguerite or just somebody to swim by and see me showering, you know? Be a little awkward. You want to hear me say a cuss word. I do that in normal life. I'm just not doing it on the channel because I want to keep it as, you know, friendly as possible. And of course, I took damage. They really need to fix this. If they're going to limit us to sea truck and no sea moth, they've got to do a lot. Look at how much damage I just did to that storage module, because I started moving backwards and it said, oh, you want to dock again. If this is the replacement for the Cyclops and for the sea moth, we need a better moon pool for it. We need a moon pool that can be expanded upon and will let you bring in so many of the modules as well. It needs to be better than this. And yeah, I need to get bronze suit before I go as well, before I forget it again, because I was about to do that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Not so worried about the power on it. I mean, it's not like it's going to be doing a huge amount of traveling. Now that I've got the base started, it's really just helped me carry some stuff up to the base. And any drilling I do along the way. So I'm just gonna go over this way. I know there was more titanium deposits that came back. Because I remember seeing them and say, I've got to come back to that. The afterburner doesn't really help that much when there's creatures that are still faster than even, you know, an empty, just the sea truck module by itself is, that they can still catch up and bite your sea truck. Like, they really wanted to take you down and just kept a continuous attack going, you'd lose the sea truck very easily. Yep, there it goes. I think I came through this area earlier. Got some quartz, which I've got. Well, I am going to need to be able to make a lot of quartz still, so might want to grab that. Or make a lot of glass, because we're going to have windows all over the base. The computer made you exit the game for no reason. Did you perhaps hit Alt F4 while you're doing it? Or did you accidentally, like, tab out? My favorite biome so far, I'm assuming you're asking about Below Zero and not Original. Below Zero, I would say, aside from the resources that it has and, you know, the aggressives in it, I like the vent garden area best, just because of the visuals. I would say second, other than, of course, the cramped space, just for like a visual standpoint, and the fact once you kill some of the big aggressives, other than the little weird plants you apparently have nothing you can do with right now, the deep twisty bridges where you go really deep in those little the caverns. Once you get down there, you're pretty much locked in. As long as you kill the squid sharks down there. Oh, come on! I'm standing on it. Yeah, you kill the squid sharks there. I think it's just 2 of them. As long as they don't respawn, you don't have any real enemies there, other than those plants with the long tongues. Assuming they're plants. What's wrong with the sea truck? Besides the fact that it is, from an engineering type standpoint, is not logically designed. I mean, the sea truck itself is the only thing that provides power. You have inadequate storage, not from a, like, we're trying to make it balanced, but from a, you know, if this was a real submersible, you would not send that design out, because it has unused storage space. You know, they would cram every bit of storage they could into the storage module from a logical, realistic standpoint. It'd be put as much in there as possible so you don't have to go back up as readily. It reduces the number of trips having to be made. And the fabrication module would not have an empty wall. It would not have a fabricator taking up an entire wall and that's it. It would be designed in a way that gives as much functionality as possible. It's like sending a rover to Mars and saying, oh, we're going to leave this little spot here open because it looks nice. We like the way this storage looks. It's attractive looking, even though it doesn't provide enough actual storage. And then just the fact that it's obviously not built with other elements of the game updated to accommodate it correctly. Like, I was trying to, you know, leave the moon pool. I reconnected to the modules as soon as it started backing up. it acted like I wanted to dock again, disconnected me facing the wrong way because you can't rotate the moon pool, and that nearly destroyed my the first storage module and the chain, because it just apparently acted like I was just constantly bumping it. Even though I only took a little bit of damage to the sea truck, it nearly destroyed the storage module because of that. So there's just a lot of stuff with the sea truck and how it interacts with things in the game that are not set up the way they should be. I would take the sea moth over the sea truck. Alright, I've got quartz. And they dump here. I've got a bunch of stuff in storage on the prawn suit. And still no titanium from this area. Try this one. Yes. One titanium. Out of the large amount I really need. Just go to the first base. Or, you know, actually, there. I'm close to the secret base. I might still have some titanium there. I don't know. I can't remember. But I really don't need to do any more building there, so perfect time to snag any remaining resources from it. When you put it on medium, it dips below 30 FPS. But you're getting, on low, getting 80. Depends on your graphics card. It's also a case that, and there's actually a mod I've been meaning to test out, but there's a performance booster mod for the original game that basically adjusts around the processor usage for the game, in terms of how it uses the processor and makes it supposedly work really well. And in some cases it says, or at least on the mod, it says you might see a performance of doubling your FPS. So I don't think that's been ported to this game yet, but that is something else to consider. It could just be something to do with
oxygen production
what like how the game is utilizing the processor. And I forgot to come back and put stuff in here. Bioreactor's empty. I can't remember if I actually put anything in the nuclear reactor. At least I have light coming in from, like, you know, the glow right here from that. I've got the exterior glow from the little spores. I don't know what's been draining so much power here.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
So where's the command room's upstairs? What am I draining so much with? Minus 0.5. Well, it must be the fact that I haven't been here in quite a while that was the problem. Fluid intake. Well, let's eat.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright, I don't even know how I have my storage organized here. If I can, you know, if it actually would open correctly. That's still a big problem in the game, is there's so much occurrence of, it's just you click it and it's like, oh yeah, guess what, that's not opening right. And you just get the cursor but not the actual inventory. Silver. Alright, off to the first base then. I'm just gonna siphon every bit of titanium I can from what I've got in storage. Timmy! Wake up. You need to say hi. They're being too quiet. Look. There's food. Behind your back. Get it. What you got? There you go. That's it. Get up. Look, he's going up, trying to go up out of the water. There's a crypto trying to escape. They totally need to add that where they can go on land for a short distance before they have to return to water. That would be a really cool aspect. Make it like crocodile. There you go. Look at that. That's just my finger. That's the tree. You sit. No. No. Ah. You didn't expect that one, did you? He was like, what? Oh, nah. Trying to get his yawn in, and I just stuck that in his mouth. Now let's try this again. This one works better because it's facing the right way.
Welcome
Doesn't
aboard,
flip
Captain.
me around. Okay, titanium. I don't think I had that. Yeah, that. I'm gonna leave at least one in each base. I don't want to go and be like, I need one titanium and I don't have any. Alright, got copper ore. Look at that. Wiring kit. You know, I might actually have a wiring kit laying around. I do. Wiring kit. Copper wire I can make. Not gonna worry about that because we're gonna be way out of reach of the water. And of course I got storage stuff, so yeah. I think that might cover me for the most part. Let's go try to get some more building done. Also, let's see how it looks if I can see the base from the water. Yes! They can only fix that visual glitch when you go from water to above water. I think it's over, yeah, over here. Let's park next to this. Make it easy for me to get the prawn suit out. Say easy, it says I was getting knocked kind of around to the side. And they still can't fix, well, the water being showing inside like that, and they also can't fix the
Welcome aboard, Captain.
issue with the docking module making you climb back in even though you're inside already. No, we'll keep that. Like that. That will simplify things. And drop that stuff. Let me grab all the titanium I can. That's important. You know what? I'll go ahead and grab these. I need to at least try to make a planter bed. There was one piece, one outcropping over here that I saw. Alright, win-win. I got lead. So now we'll see how this helps. And I am not going to make a docking setup for the prawn suit on this. No. Not going to happen. I'm not going to worry about walking it up here to jump into a moon pool like I did with the Ice Spire's base. I wonder. Alright. Can't hurt the plants, but the plants can apparently hurt me inside. Or at least give me the reaction like I'm being hurt. Having issues with stairs. Okay, so yeah, we gotta figure out how we're going to... I'm gonna get this to work. Oh, it's almost tempting to just build like a curve part that comes out and does that, or a part that comes over here and drops down. I might do that. And yeah, can't jump up there. I wonder if I can get around on this. No. Hold. Yes. Go. Oh! I did it! I want to destroy the plants, but, you know. Maybe. Oh! Come on. Surely a plant can support the weight of my prawn suit. Yes, it can. These frozen plants are sturdy. I don't think I'm actually, like... It's acted like I was gliding on it. I'm not gonna make that jump, but you know what? Let's try it. Let's go. Oh, almost. Almost got on top of the tower. Almost worked. All right, let's try this. I like how I can target it from here to break it down, and of course, I'm in the prawn suit. I'm perfectly fine while I'm in the prawn suit, but the second I get out, it's like, oh, by the way, you were getting cold. Same thing with the snow fox. You're fine while you're on it, but as soon as you get off, it's like, guess what? Your heartbeat is slow. You just didn't know it because you were on the vehicle. It's like, it just stops the effect, and then suddenly the effect's there. You've always wanted to clap alien cheeks, I'm assuming is what you're meaning. I'm not sure why. Yeah, that's something I've been saying we need to have, either from a mod or from built into the game. There needs to be a mod for the, or a module, you know, upgrade for the prawn suit that gives you improved jets in air mode, rather than worrying about, oh yeah, this is meant for in water. Give us something that actually will improve the function of the jets while you are in open air, so you can jump up higher, especially with more focus on land-based exploration in this game. They're going to keep to, you guys spend a lot more time on land in this game. They need to actually put in stuff to accommodate for better land-based gameplay. Right now, we don't really have that. I mean, what you did on the original game, you know, you had the floating island, you had the mountain island, and that was it. And that was fine. You know, you didn't have to really do a lot there, and so there wasn't need for adjusting things beyond what they had already been done. But in this case, no, there's so much more focus on land-based stuff. They need to revamp a few things to make it work appropriately, to be like, oh yeah, if we're gonna force you to do more stuff on land, we're gonna at least make it we're at least gonna accommodate for that increased amount of land-based gameplay. And I haven't seen anything yet that shows that they're really doing that. Okay, so this one is where I'm going to build. I wonder if I can do it. I'm going to use up some extra titanium this way, but... oh, I can't do this that way. It's not going to work. Because I can't have any way to open the hatch and point out with the habitat builder to do something. That's another thing. We need a special hatch for gameplay on land, or base building on land. I wonder if I can get to target. No. I can target with this. I can't target with the vertical connector. I wonder, alright, if I was to build off of this, because it is still snapping, where can I actually make this, like, feel as though it's a good fit, a good placement? Or we do it like that. Like it connects over to the platform. Like I build and have it go over this way and basically connecting over to the platform. Like I come out from that side and build downwards. Not do that. That at least makes it feel like it's tied in with the platform and not just I'm building around it. And again, I can't make the jump. I think that was a quadruple jump there. Alright, so let's say I change it up. Got that there. I take this out. And we go, oh, yeah, start with this, and we'll have to see this way, yeah, do like that, and basically just build, I don't know if I want to build out, I'll do it like this, yeah, build out like this. And then from there, build straight down. That might work. Yeah, that might work. We'll see how that works. Alright, so we go like that. And that comes down to here, so if I can get that to let me build on it well enough. Yeah, that actually will work. Now the problem is, alright, I've got to get to where I can actually build on that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
What? Oh, do not tell me it's stuck again. There we go. Oh, I was about to be mad it got stuck on the platform. come on. I can do this. I've done worse. No! Ah! And it's stuck, guaranteed. Yeah. My prawn suit is stuck. Let's see if it'll let me do the command. No. Doesn't work while I'm in the prawn suit, which means my prawn suit is now stuck there. Yeah. Another thing, they're going to have to do some updating to make this work better with the prawn suit too, because obviously you're going to be needing to use the prawn suit on land a bit. So they're going to have to do some stuff to fix that too, because there's too many spots where it gets stuck on terrain or something like that. Like, it can't even sit down. I wonder if I can wiggle it. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break this stupid thing. Look, there's pieces flying off. It should be breaking it. Well, that kind of sucks. Actually, it actually really does suck. Does it just kinda? It does suck. I wonder if I can just... Oh. It's gonna hurt, but I think I can make this happen. Can I get up there to do the jump? I'm gonna see if I can. Maybe if I get up high enough on it, I can actually, like, jump down onto that platform. Yes, I think I can make it. Yep, I can make it. If I can make it here, I can make it to this. Boom! And now I need one more to connect. That's the problem. What if I take that out and just do a hatch on top of the T section and climb out? Now get rid of this little entrance. Alright, we'll do like this. Which I guess technically I could just... Well... Okay. I can't even target the hatch now. That's a problem. Like, I could place the start of it, but I can't target it afterwards to actually use it. Actually, you know, I'm just taking that out. I'm not even going to trust it. I have a feeling I won't be able to take it back out afterwards. Let's do it this way. Oh! Did not mean to, like, lurch forward. Not exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah. Alright, at least that worked. So now I should be able to replace that eye connector and it should work. And we should have an absolute perfect little connection that makes it look almost like it's tied into the landing platform. Then I just have to figure out how to get my prawn suit unstuck. Hey, all right. So at least I could walk up here on the platform and be like, yep, climb in, climb up, and now I'm on this base. So I have a better point of access than that weird jumpy jump area right there, which is why that's coming out now. And short wall over here, so we'll do the production stuff over here. I will need a fabricator to make a few other things. Let's see what else I have. Oh yeah, I got the battery charger stuff, I think. Oh, except for the copper wire. Which, of course, I am now short on the copper ore. That's all in the prawn suit. Let's see if I can even get the prawn suit storage with this. Wonder what would happen if I tried to make a new rocket. If it would, like, dislodge the prawn suit, or if it would destroy the prawn suit. Because of, like, some interaction with it. So that's... Rocket's 2 titanium, I think. So we'll try that. I can sacrifice 2 titanium and try and get my prawn suit fixed. Jetpack would be also a nice little thing you could have, but, you know, again, this is supposed to be a water-based exploration survival game. We really shouldn't be doing that much on land. Thanks, Dr. Bob. I don't know if you can do the exterior bulkheads, because bulkheads are marked as an interior piece. Alright, we can always, oh, you know, I have that there. That's an open spot to the outside. You know, bulkhead requires like the full thing. So they have the exterior bulkheads showing in the game, you know, but I haven't seen anything yet that indicates we can make them. At least, let me try it on this. Yeah, if you can't make it on the big room like that, then it is, like it says there, it's under the interior pieces. So, no, you can make hatches, but you can't make bulkheads, which is another thing we really should have. We should have a specific hatch for outside, and a bulkhead is perfect for that. I will try to avoid having to spawn a new prawn suit in. If it comes down to it, I will. But I'm going to try just see if I can dislodge it by doing something with the rocket. And actually, you know what, let's go ahead and I think I'm just going to keep my grow beds. Let's see. So if that's production there, that will be food, like storage there. We're going to put the grow beds here. And I'm just going to do that for now. And I'm going to start with a little bit of storage here, so I can drop this stuff off. Oh, I left all the titanium too. That's alright. I'll open this up, take all this out. And we'll go and get... Actually, I don't have any titanium with me. I used all my titanium up on that, and that is... I already took out the other connectors and everything. Yeah. So I don't have anything spare unless I just dismantle something, and I don't want to do that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I think I still had titanium, but I could be wrong. I think I had some pieces left. I may have actually grabbed all of them, but either way, I'll go down. We'll get some more titanium one way or another. We'll get some food from in here, and I need to remember to grab some of this fruit on the way back.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There we go. Yeah. I still want to make light sticks. I really want that. Like, in a very, very near update. I do want to have... I mean, some of the lights are not working. The exterior floodlights don't work correctly right now. They tend to... I haven't been able to get them actually turn on and stay on. Like, they don't connect and pull power from the base correctly or something. Like, you can build them, they just don't seem to be getting their power like they're supposed to. And there we go. Alright, so that's 1 titanium. 2 titanium. So worst case, I have enough to try and make a rocket. And see if I can nudge that out. If not, then yeah, I'll just be spawning in a new prawn suit, I guess. Which I really don't want to do. I really want to just get it loose and be able to use it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll take that. 2 silver, wiring kit. Might need it. How long do I want the stream to be? Usually I go 3 hours on my Subnautica streams just because it's an off day for me and I don't have to get up for work or anything tomorrow, so I don't have to like cut it shorter to go to sleep. So we'll go 3 hours. We're at that 1.5 hour mark, just past it, so we've got a bit of time still. But, you know, not a huge amount. I don't go super long on my streams just because I can't stand to sit for that long without getting up and going or walking around or standing up for a little bit. So, 3 hours is the stopping time. Alright, this is either going to blow it up, fix it, or do absolutely nothing for it. Hey! It did move it. Can I walk? No, I still can't walk. It's like it moved it, but it didn't actually do anything with it. I wonder if I launched it. Now launch it empty? No. Waiting for a request. So now I've got the prawn suit stuck in front of the door. See, yeah, that should be something. The warp forward command should work in the prawn suit so you can take it with you. Let's see. I can't remember if this is still a command. Unstuck? No. Alright, we'll leave it for now. Let's take out some of this. Go ahead and make a bunch of glass. Go ahead and do some windows. Above water is hot and die of heat stroke. I think, if I had to guess, based on the way this game has played, I would assume the next game is going to be a lot more balanced around land-based type stuff. Like, not just be underwater and we're going to now throw some land-based stuff in here. I think it's going to be a little bit more balanced. We'll probably see more stuff focused around operation on land than we've seen in this one. And I would think that it would be optimal if they had like some kind of cave exploration, like above ground type caves where, you know, in this we've got a little bit, but it's mostly like the ice caves. I think it'd be great if they had a little bit more of that in the third game, if we do a third game. And honestly, it'd be really cool if they could do something where it's like, you know, you could travel between different areas. Like, a lot of people thought this was going to be just a DLC for the game. And it would be cool if you could just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to, you know, go here and I'm going to fast travel to that area and do that sort of thing. I think, you know, that's what some people were kind of hoping for in the game. So having something like that where we maybe have more than one location, more than one spot, you know, or geographical area would be kind of really fun for them to do. Be like, okay, you know, you're gonna go here and basically it's like fast travel to this next spot. And they could then balance things out a little bit more. They could say, okay, we're gonna do one area, like in here we've got a lot of places where you don't have a lot of depth, so that's one of the reasons people say they're trying to get away from the Cyclops in this one. Just also the fact that I guess they figured it was overpowered once people started being able to build stuff in it, and, you know, made it where you didn't have to build a base. But at the same time, with this game, they're also restricting resources more, so it's almost like they don't want you to build a base of any significant size because it's so hard to come across a large amount of resources at times. Like titanium. Like, it's supposed to be a limited amount of resources in the game. It just happens to be apparently bugs where the cache file gets corrupted and a section has to reload and it causes it to spawn new stuff in. But it really feels like they're just wanting it to be more of a story-driven game, which is kind of the problem that the long-term play for this game is is doing stuff like this, where, you know, you go around and you build. And you build and build and build and build more and more bases. And just keep building bases and enjoying yourself building in different places around the planet. As opposed to it being, oh, you're just going to build a single base and then do the storyline and you're done. The storyline doesn't change. If there was multiple different endings, all these different things you could do, different, you know, like perks and stuff you could get, yeah, I could see it, but I just don't see it with this game. The value for me to keep playing a game like this or the original is building bases, is doing stuff like that. And they need to make sure they keep that, you know, very well accommodated for in the game for people who want that sort of thing. We're taking that out because that is not going to make sense to be looking out over a T section. Alright, so clear day. Let's actually try that. Let's just see. Yeah, so a clear day without a whiteout. We've got a nice view over there. Somewhat nice view over there. Better view this direction. So it's actually a really good spot if you want to build something for visual. Assuming you're not getting stuck with whiteouts all the time, which we kind of seem to have happen. A lot of times whiteout where you can't see stuff. Alright, so again, I'm out of titanium and I have a stuck prawn suit. You know what? I'll save, and we gotta figure out some way to get rid of the prawn suit, I guess. The floodlights, usually if they're or built onto the base, they're supposed to pull basically like, even without power transmitter, they're supposed to still have a connection that goes off the base so it gets power. And I've tried them with transmitters and they don't work for me. It's always, it builds but it never pulls power, or it never turns on. Hello Freddy, yes, I remember you joining in. Try pushing it out with the structure. I'm not sure what structure I could put here, because the problem is, it's not like I could just build in this little area right here. It's going to give me that, saying that that stuff's in the way. I wonder, though. You know what? It's asking for a specimen. And I don't have anything to send up. Plus, we already know that that's not going to let anything through, but I wonder if I could throw in something and it will set it up where it will let it launch. Despite it's not... It doesn't have a request, because that's also what it's saying right now, is awaiting request. I wonder if that will give me an option. If not, I'm just going to have to spawn a new one in. I'm not going to waste resources building one if, you know, when it's stuck because of a bug with interaction with the terrain in the area. Or the simple fix, let the warp forward command work with it. Yeah, I can't launch it. I was hoping maybe if I launch it, it would then work with it, but not.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Watch, it's gonna end up getting like unstuck when I like reload the game next time. I might do that. I might wait and see if it will just work after I reload the game later. Well, there's the new base. It's not pretty, but it is in a new spot. We know we can build there. And it's very visible from outside the island area, so you can see it as you're coming towards the island if you're staying along the surface. I need resources. And I already know there's not enough titanium deposits in this area for me to even bother with trying to get a prawn suit working and drilling, so I'm just gonna go out and gather supplies the manual way with a swim and clicky. There should be at least a few things I can get here. I still need to make fridges. I want to do that for food conservation. Even though I generally don't have to worry about that once the food's going, once the plants are in place. I still want some fridges, or at least a fridge. Some other decorative type stuff. Of course, you can always add a multi-purpose room and do some bladderfish for water production up there. A little bit. Still getting a lot of other stuff that I don't really need, but more stuff I can throw in storage, I guess. Oh, Psychotron, thank you for the subscribe if you're with us. And Philip, thank you for the subscribe. Didn't see yours earlier, Psychotron. Alright, y'all, let's go with this one. That's how much titanium I got. I got more of everything else, which is always the case when I need the titanium. When I don't need it, I end up with more titanium. If I was looking for lead right now, and I was doing just lead type outcroppings, I would be seeing like 2 or 3 lead and the rest would be all titanium. That just seems to be the way it goes when I actually need lead and when I need titanium, and what? That's not supposed to happen. Alright, I'm gonna get you. Ah! Don't you run away. Oh, he's still... Oh, I thought he was actually trying to turn around and attack, possibly. Oh, come here. There we go. What you get? Oh, okay. We're dropping one of the many pieces of silver, I guess. I still say we should be able to, like, get food from them. Like, you kill one and then it gives you the option to harvest some meat from them, or even harvest scales from them would be cool. Yeah, it kind of goes away from what Subnautica does, more towards like game like Green Hell, where you're, oh yeah, we kill this, we're gonna, you know, skin this snake to get some meat and snake skin type thing. But it would be a cool extra little thing to add. Not food you can farm, and food that can attack you back, but make it where the food's not the main purpose for that. Not like you're gonna go hunt cryptos for food. You're hunting them because something about their scaling, their plating on their outside of their bodies is like, you need that. You need scales from them because it's good. It's made of a certain material that works really well. And where did my prawn suit go? I parked it right here. Okay, that's weird. I even saw the icon for the prawn suit
aboard, Captain.
not long ago. Where is it? 68 meters down. I don't think I'm 68 meters in the air. So my prawn suit has kind of vanished, which is very interesting. That's a very big surprise. I'm very very taken aback by the fact my prawn suit suddenly decided to migrate elsewhere. Alright, 67 meters down, 53 meters down, so it's dumped it somewhere down below me. Like either into a cave or it's glitched through the world now. If it's glitched through the world, then it's probably gonna be one that just keeps dropping further and further down. But maybe, just maybe, if I can find it, it might be one I can use the dig command to kind of dig out, because once I leave the area and it has to re-render, the dig command changes will be fixed. Oh, you know, and that's if I can not crash the game trying to eat some leafy fruit. Okay, where? 38 meters. Like, I'm just gonna find it down somewhere in one of these caves, is what I really, really hope happens. I don't feel like having to try and dig my way into there. $88. I wonder if it went to a cave on, like, another side over here, like the Pingling type cave side or something. I think it's just inside the island terrain itself. It's not even accessible. I think it's just gone inside. Yeah, that's either the other side with the penguins, or it's just trapped. And I'm hoping it's not getting further away. I think there's, yep, this pathway. I really think it's gonna have to be dug out. I'm just gonna have to do that. Let's just, you know what? Let's get right above it. So that should be in here. Yeah, like right here. All right, so I'm gonna save because I know this might mess something up. And apparently the dig command doesn't work now. So that's something else they took out. You can't dig. Really? Oh, that's bad. So my prawn suit is still there. It's probably going to stay there. 'Cause I may not be able to get it back. Unless it dropped and it's somewhere in a cave down there, which I don't see that being the case. It's just too close for it. Because dig was, you know, dig in the size radius you wanted to dig out, and it's not working. Well, I saved. What if I do... Ah ha 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 ha! Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So now, where is it going to take me? Oh, look, there's the caves below. So I did go into the ground. And if I can lock in on this, I can get back out. I mean, I'm not the most conveniently placed area, but I can get out. I saved my prawn suit. So the warp forward command finally worked to my benefit again. Just have to do it outside the prawn suit. So yeah, again, early access, and it's still, I'm glad that they're not trying to do like, oh yeah, we're about to do full release, because this is far too buggy to be close to full release. I mean, stuff like that definitely needs to be fixed before full release. Well, grab it while I can. Again, stuff I really don't need, but stuff I actually do need. Yes. I saved the suit. Actually, you know what? Where was it? I saw it. There it is. I'm not even gonna try to spend time climbing up that. I already know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be jumping way too much. This I thought was gonna come into one of these caves, and it didn't. It was just completely inside the mountain terrain. Oh, he's trying to get to the pinglings. And I think I actually did hurt him by landing on his back. It should hurt him. I nearly have broken my seed truck by accidentally landing on it. So it only makes sense that I jump on a crypto's back, I injure him. This time I am not even going close to the platform. This is going to stay over to the side of the platform. And I'm not even going to... No more jumpy jump like that to get up anywhere. Ah, missed. Yeah, there we go. Properly functioning crawl suit. I think it's time to save. Just so nothing else messes up. Yeah, let's see. I did those. I don't know if I want to worry about shower or anything yet. Definitely need some more storage though, I think. I'm not even going to worry about organizing of this one because it's not like I'm bringing a ton of materials into here. That's why I really think if we do a third game, there needs to be a whole new section. You need to maybe even have parts of this or the original, like you could come back, but you need like a fast travel thing to different areas of the planet. And I definitely think we need more of a appropriate accommodation for land-based stuff, which means better building on land, but also I'd like to see some kind of like hovercraft vehicle, not like a hovercraft bike, but an actual vehicle, like a small tank type thing or something like that, a small ship that you can use to kind of go around. Like the sea truck is supposed to be underwater, that kind of utility. I'd like to see something like that if we do have a third game, but I think the third game will definitely be one that focuses more on something like land-based stuff. Actually, you know what? We're gonna take that out, put it back in here, charge that one. There we go. Alright, so I've got supplies. Not gonna eat that yet. We're gonna actually do this. And I may have to redo this, because it does not play well when the marble melon is close to the wall. So, food, water covered. We've got some nice, you know, visual stuff. I don't want to go too much in some places just because I don't want windows everywhere, even though we are up in the air. You kind of have to be flying by to see anything. Not to say that couldn't happen. You never know, Marguerite might fly up and start, you know, getting her herself a little show if I was in here showering next to a window. So yeah, this was just a test out building on land again. Just more land-based stuff to see how it works. I really don't care so much about doing decoration because all the decoration is going to be the same as the other bases. It's just a matter of knowing that this works and you can come up here and build like even there, which means with modded gameplay, with something like the deep resource driller mod, something like that, where I can set up things to continually produce more and more titanium and such, I could build bigger and bigger. I could build up into the air and have basically this be the central point. I come here and have like a branch that maybe goes over on that side, goes down to the water, a spot that comes out this way and drops down to the water there, so I don't have to take the pathways up. And then having from the top it be a central point that I can build like all the way over this way to connect over here, you know. And for that, I'd like to see them adding some kind of adjustable curve to like the curved connectors. Something where you can place it and basically adjust how it curves so you can use it to line up a target. Oh. I don't know how that didn't kill this little guy, but I definitely hurt him. I saw the blood spray, but somehow I did not kill him when I landed on top of him. I'm pretty sure that should have squished him. Apparently, I can land on them and not kill them, but one punch to the head and they're dead. Ah. They're a source of food in the game we don't get. Oh no, he's coming for me. Like, they really are coming after me. They don't care. As long as they get a single bite in, they gave up after that. I think. Yeah, he got one bite on me and gave up. They don't care about the prawn suit. They're just like, oh, you meanie, you killed Bert. You killed my buddy Bert. Excuse me. Bam! Haha, I killed your buddy. Look at that. It's, I'll make penguin guacamole. Penguin salsa. I know I think I climbed up on this side before. Right? I do believe I did climb up on that spot. There's kind of a nice placement right here next to purple vents. There we go. Yep. Oh. So somehow I carried enough momentum that time that I just went completely off the edge. Wow, and apparently I got some kind of bugged effect where it thought I was still in water because it got rid of the whole drop thing it does when you're not in water. I was like, come on, I can make it. Oh, no, you did not. It's stuck again. Let's try it one more time.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, it's stuck again. Yeah, the prawn suit is too problematic to really be used on land at this point in the game. They've got to do something better about that for full release. I mean, that's... In one session, I've got it stuck twice where it doesn't want to move. And we've already had that happen in the Glacial Basin too, where I basically lost 30 minutes of work because of it. Alright, so it's right there. Now, I know what happened before. Basically, I went out of the range of it, and don't know why I went into a diving position if it was like, oh yeah, guess what? You're not going to actually make it into the water. I know I went basically out of range, I think, and it caused it to kind of respawn or re-render it when I came back, and as a result, it went into a different location. Because I was up there and I came down here. And then when I went back up, the prawn suit was down inside the terrain. We'll just run over here. Yeah, that's really kind of... That's getting old. It's gonna bug that much on land. Granted, I mean, I've seen the same number of bugs on land with the snow fox, which is another reason why I don't like using the snow fox. Still not doing it. Maybe it's because I'm stuck on the terrain and not stuck with something that's kind of pushed up against it. Like I'm in a spot where something else is also marked as being. Take a dip in the hot tub. And this is like the ultimate little sauna spot. You know, you got heat plants all around, or you know, the little heat lilies, whatever they're called. Got a hot spring right there. You just go in there and soak, stay nice and warm. But oh wait, did it do it? No, it didn't. I'm just going the wrong way. Yeah, that's pretty problematic. If it's been twice already this stream alone, it's gotten stuck. So that does seem like it's lower Or maybe I'm just thinking, nope. It was up there, and now it's down here. So it's doing the same thing again. Alright. So let's do this. And I'm still fine. I'm still swimming until I get in. I did it! Oh yeah, alright. I think that's enough playing with the prawn suit right now. I don't want to have any more bugs with the prawn suit. I think it's about to be redocked and left alone. I was gonna say, don't tell me it's not gonna dock anymore. Alright, we'll just go first base because it's close. I'm gonna dock both this and the prawn suit, let them recharge. But, that is a bit problematic there. See, that's why, yeah, bug getting stuck during saving and losing progress. That's why, you know, early access Subnautica, the original Subnautica, I had one point where it wasn't just me. I saw even Markiplier have the same bug happen to him, where game save got corrupted and could not play anymore. Fortunately, I lucked out in that I have been trying to improve my performance and do some fixes by clearing the cache files. And because I had done that, as a precaution, of course, I made it a point to... Oh yeah, I don't have a battery. I made it a point to do a backup of my folder before clearing everything, because I didn't want to clear it and then have it just completely destroy that game save. So I made a copy of the game save, and I think I lost like 8 hours of work because of that bug. But I remember seeing something at the same time it happened to me, happened to Markiplier, and he lost his entire game save, didn't have a backup, and he ended up spending something like 20 hours trying to get caught back up and redo everything by watching his videos to remember what he had done exactly on everything and try to recreate it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. So I've made it a point to keep my stuff backed up. Yes, I might lose an hour of work, but it's better than losing all of it, which can happen. I love how I haven't been here in a while. This is still going perfectly fine on the different bioreactors. Of course, thermal plants are supposed to be active on it. We got apparently lightning strikes happening because it's darkening everything. Hansa, thank you for the subscribe if you're with us. And we still have just 2 of them because they won't reproduce. I still think that should be a thing. Let them reproduce. Let's have the different varieties of them, you know, produce different ones. Let's go all genetic oriented and just be like, oh yeah, these will, you do a blue and a yellow, you'll get a green or something like that. Just be a really cool way to play with that kind of stuff in the game. And still keep them be special, and that it's not just you have to find them for them to be special, but it's also a factor of they're special because once you get them, you can breed them and you can make new colors from them and have like another color variation somewhere. And I need a repair tool battery. So that's fully charged, and I just fell out. Let's see if this one actually continues the full charge, because this has been rather buggy with charging. That's good enough. I'll take. Well, no, I can wait till I get back up there and get power. I'm still gonna need more titanium. All this. I know that's not titanium. While that's charging, I'll go look for fresh outcroppings. And of course, I'm looking for outcroppings, so here's table core sample. Because when I actually look for those, I can't find them. I know that's a freshly spawned one there, because I have already scoured this whole area looking for those. That would not be there without it respawning. Alright, so don't need salt. He's after me. Ah, get away. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I hear him. Oh, yeah. He brought his buddy in, too, and there's more table core sample. Haha, I got away from you. They're not very bright. They didn't like my little obstacle course. Hey, I know I need more copper for that base too, but wow, okay, it didn't even give me a thing to pick it up. I've got room. And it just went right into the terrain, and they didn't even give me a choice to pick it up on that one. Oh, there we go. Always worries me when it stutters like that. I'm just waiting for it to completely lock up and then be like, well, there goes all that work. This is going to happen. I know it is. It's coming. Oh wait, silver and gold. I think I've got plenty of silver. I've got plenty of silver here too. Some lead. Lithium. Alright. Prawn suit, is it done? Yes. Actually fully charged.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Ugh. Alright, let's get a view. I feel like I don't need to put a little base marker for this base. Of course, now I can't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is. That's because if you can get above water level for long enough, you can see it. Just because of the Windows bug they have, like with the windows, the side panels, where they show from a great distance that they're not supposed to be showing from. Brick rigs. I have not heard of that one. Hi, Victory Shout. Thanks for joining in. And hey, let's bring Timmy back. Right, Timmy? Need to say hi again? There it is. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get up. You're gonna have to move and do a little something. There you go. Alright. Double. Yeah, look up. Wanna get it? Can you get it? Stand up. Can you stand up? Not there. You're right in the middle. Come on. He doesn't want to move. He's like, I'm comfortable. Timmy. Who's my buddy? Who's my buddy? That's right. He's got that one down. He knows who his buddy is. Or who's my buddy. Littering the top of the mushroom forest trees with exterior planters and creep vines. I mean, that's one way to make it look interestingly bright. Alright, look up. Look up. Yes. Yes, I have a dog, Dr. Bob. Have I ever gotten on Dr. Phil? No. No, he's not missing his groomer under lockdown. He actually went and got his grooming done last week. So, give us about, you know, there are 4 weeks, he'll probably be missing his groomer. Alright, look up. Stand up. Arrgh. My hand tastes good. Alright, one more, and then we're going to get back to work over here. There you go. Well, thank you, Dr. Bob. Well, these are not... This is not celery. This is like creature pellets. They only have 3 calories. So he can have them like... It's basically almost the same as his kibble. But they're nice little training treats for him. Right? Okay, we got... I brought the prawn suit, but I'm not going to get it out. I'm concerned with getting the prawn suit out at this moment. So I've got... You know what? I'm not going to worry about anything in there. I know I didn't put anything in. I've got plenty of quartz and stuff up top. I just need to get back up to the base. No, not an outcropping, just a rock in the way. Well, actually, I should have plenty of marble melons growing. Don't even worry about that. That just gives too little food, or too little water on the leafy fruit. The only advantage of it is the healing factor. I didn't even notice this before. It's actually going through the platform, almost like it is tied to the platform.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
That's interesting. actually. We're gonna put that there. We're gonna actually give another lookout right there. And I already had enough for glass. And we'll grab both of these because I have tools that are battery free. There we go. We'll do a window here. So I can look out. And so basically what I'll do if I had plenty of resources to do it is build much higher up, or not much higher up, but build a good bit higher up with vertical connectors. Basically have a spot where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go out this way, I'm gonna have a vertical connector that leads way up with ladders, do whatever tricks I need to do to make that work, get way up top, and basically then have like either, you know, it connects to a large room, something like that, and the large room has all these different pathways that go out, like one that goes in that direction, and then it maybe splits off for different pathways, and just build long tube sections that go out to the different spots of the world. Like, let's say we got, I want to say that's the Ice Spire's base, probably. Yeah, because that's the glacial basin, so that's where the Ice Spire's base is. So I'd have one that instead of it being this, you know, that base there, I'd have this base that feeds all the way over there, and then I build downward to connect down to the ground level. That's why I would love to see some kind of, it doesn't have to be like automatically given to you, just make it where we can build it, but a buildable drone, like a habitat builder type drone that you can then deploy and use to help build more stuff. That would just be really nice to have, for the fact that be like, oh yeah, guess what, I use that to fly out and build this little area. I feel like they're gonna need to do that because of how much more time we do stuff on land. People want land bases, make it easier for us to build on land. Give us a little flying drone. You use a habitat builder with it. It's got to be recharged. And basically, it's kind of like the spy pingling. You deploy it, and then you have a controller. Lets you control it and fly around until its battery is dead. Until the habitat builder's battery is dead. Or have it be a combination so it's flight time and habitat builder type battery. That'd be a good one for an ion battery. So we got fridges for food storage. Really, I just want this to be kind of an open area. We'll do a little bit of stuff, but not a lot. I just don't need a lot of stuff going in here because it's gonna be the same as the other bases. We also need more decor stuff in the game, more decorations for people who are interested in building bases, you know. And I think that's enough. Let's see, we're at 2.5 hours. So we can do, you know what, actually, I'm going to save. And because I don't have the resources to do this in normal mode, we're going to do like creative. I'm just going to take that out. And we'll put a tube. I can. Wait, that's right. Can't do it. Because it's the wrong type. It's the T section, yeah. And that messes up again, too. Seriously, there's a problem with the T sections not working with hatches. So, you know what? Let's do this. I can take that out. Put that in. And now it's a good time to test. How is this going to work? If I just do like this, and of course I can't fly up to do this. Actually, I wonder, would it give me an option to? No, it doesn't. So free cam is a no. If I do this, then what I'd have to do is go back inside. Basically, I'll build this. Climb up. So then I would want to build another compartment. Yeah. Build that. We build another hatch. Remember, take out the ladder. Like can. There we go. Take out the ladder. We then take out this one. And carefully not falling. And basically that would be the approach to take to build upwards. And you go ahead and do like that there. And now the problem is surviving the drop each time. Oh, that I didn't think about that part. Wonder if I just did like this. Oh man, I could survive that. That's the problem. We gotta find a way to actually do this where I can go upwards consistently each time. And not be like, because either way I'm gonna be stuck using a lot of power on this, I'm sure. Just to keep going higher is going to use a lot of power. It doesn't look like I'm that far away from the ceiling. But then again, here I am at this spot. I get like that. And let's speed it up. There we go. Okay, that was the first one. See right there. So, I'm not even sure how high I am from it. But I'm a good distance up. So, yeah, I need some way to make that work consistently where I'm not going to be hurting myself falling from greater and greater heights. Otherwise, I'm basically going to have more and more ladders going up, and I really want to get to where it's not doing that. I have like just one long ladder that I have to use. Almost feels like I need to do 2 sections side by side. Like each one of these should be connected back down with a vertical connector. So I'm basically building in parallel, and then when I get to the very top, I just get outside and start breaking down all of the pieces below me, which means a lot of extra supplies that I'll be using later. And of course, then that brings up the problem of getting back inside. I'm doing this every couple of levels. So like this, I could easily just be like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Do like this. Yeah, make my way in, and then it'd be just a lot of back and forth to make this work. I don't know how that's going to work. Okay, let me see if I can make... Well, oh, that's right. I gotta take this compartment out. There we go. Which... Oh, no, that didn't work either. Yeah, that's not going to work either, because then I still have an open spot that I can't build to. Ugh. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to make this work for it to be like, I mean, other than building, technically I could do it like in a staggered approach with this, where it's like, okay, I climb up, build and climb up, but the problem is getting back up and down each time with supplies. Because it's fine right now with creative, it's not gonna work so well when I'm doing normal mode. Let's do bam. All right. Made it. Okay, so if I was to do this, how would I make this work?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So you know what, let's do the ladder. Go up. Alright, so if I was, yeah, okay, I'm at the top. Obviously, if I was like, I'm not building any higher, then I would climb out and I would just start breaking down everything. Oh yeah, alright, so that's, now I've got a bearing for it. So I'd basically be having multiple eye connectors coming up on one side. On this side, I would disconnect that, climb out. Like, okay, there's that one, disconnect that. Build, build, build. And then back to this. Back to this. Take that out. Make sure I keep enough supplies to put it there. And I'd have to have a certain amount of supplies to make sure I'm keeping up with the vertical connectors for this part. So it's doable, but it would be a case of having a lot of supplies that I'm building or bringing up each time. It might be a case of bringing up supplies to put in like a storage compartment on each one to do that, and then come back and be like, all right, there we go, got that. And then just be like, okay, now I'm going to climb down, take that ladder out, because I will still need some kind of footing, you know, going out. And of course, I don't have one there. That's where I would start. So basically, I would come back out and just have no ladders on one side to help conserve some of the materials needed. Or wait a second, what? Okay, it's supposed to be going up. Yes. Oh, I'm all the way up. Okay, so yeah. Definitely easy to get turned around on this. So that would be a case. Alright, came back up. So I came up, I've got this, oh yeah. So that's going to be pulling a ladder out of here, which means I'd have to have storage for that on top of the space for the hatch. Then I'd have to have storage for the compartment stuff there. One connector, two connector, three connector. Then that compartment, take the hatch back out. Put the hatch in here so I can get back inside. Still remembering, I've got these connectors. I've also got to have enough for a ladder, a single ladder to take me upstairs. Take that hatch back out. Climb up. Put a ladder here, which, okay, so that's one ladder coming up, so I can come up. Make sure to take that ladder out. That gets me all the way back down, and then just put the hatch back in place. So that's a lot of recharging battery-wise on this. But actually, it's not that bad to keep the supplies here. And you can see how high I'm getting now. Let's see. Again, I'm doing this in creative to test this out. But basically, yeah. It'd be a lot of supplies locked up in that piece in terms of titanium. But in the end, I would have a single column going all the way up to the top piece, which will look nice. And then in the end, once I take this all apart, and I have this go up and then connect to another big room at the top, which would be the idea, is like, okay, I'm up here. Now I'm going to build in each direction, you know, just having this tall structure, which I could probably get away with this. Let's see, actually. I mean, if I built to that height, it would be enough to bring me up to this point here and let me be like, okay, I'm going to build down and get into the structure there. That's, let's see, that's tall enough to let me get onto that ridge and deal with whatever they end up giving us to build over here or, you know, interact with. Except that's not tall enough to get on top of this. Which there may be no value in this anyway in the end, but we'll know once we get closer to full release what they add there. And oh, yeah, we got a... That looks like a spot that something's going to be. Just because of the way the terrain's done, like they cut from something. And of course, the big question is, if I go here, is that the right height, roughly, to get over to that base point? And that is a no. So I would have to go taller. Because in the end, it's going to be like, bam, hit that. I want to go where I can go over and then be like, all right, now I'm going to build down, and basically the same effect of having the base here. I just don't have the base. Instead, it's all part of the same base coming from that spot. So totally possible to build way up into the sky. I don't know if it's going to let me actually build above the force field type thing, but that would be basically the approach there. I'll just end up having a lot of extra materials from this. So each trip would be come up here, have 2 for a ladder, 3 spots for a hatch, or not first, climb out. So I have to have 2 open spots for a ladder, 2 open spots for the hatch, and then the 4 or 2 open spots for that, plus the resources for 1, 2, 3 vertical connectors. Then we use 2 that one compartment. Then we add a compartment, so that's 2 more titanium. Then we go around before I go and building there. That's 2 more vertical connectors, so that's 5 total. We reuse the hatch that we had. Take that back. Reuse the ladder here. Climb out. Take that back. Rebuild the ladder. And then rebuild the hatch. And we can go again. Same thing. Same approach. That gets me up top. And so basically that is 5 connectors. 1 compartment worth of materials, so 12 titanium per go, plus I need the space for 2, 5, 7 spots. So yeah, you could get 2, maybe 3 levels each time with that before you'd have to go back and get it. So basically 7 open spots on each rotation, and then 11 titanium for each level. So yeah, I could build that. There's do it without creative that way. I'm just doing it to test it, but yeah, you just do that. Same thing again. Just keep climbing up higher and higher until you get to that height level that you're like looking and you're like, hey, you know what? Hey, headless body. Standing out there and you're like, you know what? I think I'm tall enough to make it. Let's see how. Alright, so if that's. Yeah, it's still a good distance up to the force field. That is definitely, I mean, doable to build up to this point, but man, that would take some time. It'd be a lot easier if you had flying capabilities in creative mode. But yeah, let's see. Alright, so you're coming up on the island and you're like, take a look. Wow, it's not even like rendering it. So if I built that, if I use this as my central point, where's the... There's this. There's that spot. Comes around here. So really, as long as I had this, I just have to have some kind of structure that makes it easy to get up here. I'd really want something that connects all around. And then it would just go back to the end, which, you know, I'm just doing this to test. We're not going to keep this. At the end, once you got that last point and you're like, hey, you know what? I think this is where the... I know it. But I'll keep your bearing. Yeah, that's the side that you're going to have. All right, so this is the big room. You go and be like, all right, I've got that. I'm going to build my big room up here to connect to this, or not connect to it, because there we go. So you'd have that. Oh yeah, I definitely would be doing this differently. It wouldn't be on this side where the vertical connector is. It'd be on this one here. Because in the end, that's the one I would be taking out. And just be doing like this. Which should not injure you in survival mode. Let's actually try with survival mode. I think I've got... Yeah, that's clear too, so we take it out. And because of the difference in speed of breaking everything down... No injuries. And so I would just, you know, that ended up being a lot of titanium coming back. You probably, depending on how high you build, you're going to run out of room at the end. So it might be a case of making sure before you do that, of course, that was, you know, a mistake there. Make sure you empty everything out of your inventory. Like, have nothing, depending on how high you're building. And then you drop down and you're basically just like, I need a hatch to get back in, and that's it. I think it would be possible to do a super tall tower, no problem like that. And it's still acting like I'm outside. Even though I warped inside, it's still treating it like I'm outside. Like the frost is not going away, so... Yep, see that?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I clicked it and it brought me back in. So, yeah. Use warp forward to fix things when they get broken. Alright, so yeah. There we are. We're coming up right on the 2-hour mark, or 3-hour mark. So, I guess we're gonna call that an end right there. Yeah, exterior catwalk, something like that would be really good to have. There's definitely something we need for more stuff for building outside. Really, if they're gonna do more walking around, exploring outside, we need to have things that accommodate building outside. And obviously, they can build outside. We do have stuff in the game design-wise on the base at the beginning and everything that we don't get to build ourselves right now. So hopefully they're going to be bringing more stuff on that. Lewis, I'm glad you enjoyed the Subnautica guys. I'm glad they helped you out. I am not trying to build to space. The the reason for it is building high enough to expand out, have a central tower as the base, and figure out ways that, with modded gameplay, not normal gameplay, but modded gameplay where you have easier access to mined materials, more titanium, to be able to build like a central base that branches out to every major area of the game, other than the underwater areas, of course. Yeah, that would be bad, falling off, adding the top compartment, and then dying on the way down. And hi, Thunder Gamer. I like sandbox games. I mean, technically, this is a sandbox game because you can just go explore. Even though the sandbox is a smaller sandbox than something like No Man's Sky, where it's just, you know, keeps generating. But yeah, I like sandbox games. I like the freedom of exploration. Freedom of building, more so, is my thing. Look, that's how high it would be up there. Getting up to that point. I could climb up and fix that. But yeah, imagine having just this as like your main spot right here. This is where, like, for the island, you have some stuff like production, storage. And then you build up. And then that just gives you access to build out that direction, out that direction. That's why I would like to see the L compartment, even though it's not really like an L, it's a curve. It's not an L. L would be a right angle. Have a customizable curve to it. Let us build it where we can customize which way or what degree it curves at, so we can make an adjustment to allow for targeting a certain way, so we don't do like I did in my modded series where I was building down to the inactive lava zone, and I was having to do like curve and then curve and then curve, then curve to try and wiggle and keep the form going. I like to see a little bit more freeform with this. Yes, snapping is nice, but having more freeform would help with this kind of with building in this game. And again, let's face it, this has a story, or, you know, the original game has a story, pretty good story, but the replayability, the aspect of playing it again and again and again, falls in the building aspect, the base building, and playing it, taking different approaches to how you build your base or where you build your base. Not just playing the same story again and again and again. It's not a long story. You can do it pretty quickly, really, if you wanted to. It's about building. It's a building game. That's really what the long-term play value's in, and I hope the devs remember that and expand on the building aspect, and hopefully on the resource availability aspect in the game to allow for more long-term building, because this will probably, right now, let's say, be one I just mod and stick with modded more so than going vanilla gameplay. It all depends on how things change between now and full release. And I want to come back here. Come back here. Can't believe you still have to try to scan them. I'll get you. You know what? We're calling it in because, hey, we've got... Actually, yeah, that's a good one. Y corridors would be good to split it like that. Something that when you go in, then it splits, you know, a fork. That would be useful even for that part. At some point, you can make it turn around and get in the direction that you want it to go. That would be good. Thank you, William. You have a good weekend, too. Actually, all of you have good weekends. And bye, Aljaz. Thank you for joining in, Dr. Bob, for your first stream with me. New story, yeah, I know in the story, they've got the new one going experimental. They're changing the story from being on research site 0. That seems a little, like, major difference there. Yes, Real Champ, I have played Stranded Deep. I played it in very early access and left the game very disappointed because I had major bugs. I mean, game-breaking bugs that made it just unenjoyable. And then I played it again on Twitch, and I killed all the bosses and had, you know, everything decorated. I was like, okay, I'm done now. So I've played it, but you know, in terms of realism, there are certain aspects that are good and certain aspects are bad for that game. I would rather build and play Green Hell if I was going to do a more realistic, survival-focused type game. I would probably do Green Hell again. Just because they did add more stuff. You know, again, a game that there's story, there's different ways you can play the story, and it's focused around the survival element, but the devs also realize people like to play just for that free open play. That's why there's an open survival game mode that is not focused around just playing the story. And they added more building elements to it. You know, that's a game that the long-term play value is in the survival and building. Same with the Forest, same with Subnautica. They're building games, you know, see what you can build. So we need a lot of building options in the game, especially in this one. I think we should see a much greater expansion on our decoration and building elements. Thank you, Victory Shout. Glad to have you join in. Timmy, come here. All right, come here. We'll go out in a second. Come here. Come on. No, you don't have to sit there. You can come here. Come here. Nope, caught me. He's ready to go. He is ready to get going. Get out the door. He probably needs to pee. You need to pee? You need to pee? You need to fix your ear. So yeah, that's another reason why I keep it to 3 hours or less on streams, because he wants to go outside. He likes to hang out with me during the stream. So yeah. So whenever they finally get around to doing the public branch, the main stable branch for the new story, of course, this game save won't work. We'll be starting all over with the new story and doing all new bases. But for now, we're going to keep trying to build weird places and see what kind of problems we can run into and what kind of ideas we can come up with that maybe one of the devs sees it, hears it, decides that's a cool idea. Let's implement that in the game. Because I feel like they actually do listen compared to some other studios. The devs for this game really do kind of try to listen and actually implement stuff that they get, you know, from the players. Just like we had a mod to add refrigerators to the game, now we actually have refrigerators in the game. So they really do seem to pay attention more than I've seen with some other development studios. So hopefully we'll get some stuff out of it. But that's it for today. Timmy says thank you. Right, Timmy? Well, thank you. No. He says thanks. I say thanks for hanging out with us. Normal schedule like always. 4 videos and 2 streams this coming week. No Man's Sky live on Thursday or Friday, wherever you are. And, of course, videos, same thing. We're going to stick with... still going to be doing the Minecraft and now looking at Chernobylite, which is honestly quite intriguing right now. So hopefully you enjoy it. But we will see you guys next time, as always.